Hello, hello, hello. Happy Thursday night. Welcome to our Facebook Live. Tonight is all about simples. We've been talking a lot about memory keeping all month long, and we've had a few cards and some simples and some layouts, and been talking about making them with or without a Cricut, and just kind of introducing lots of options for you and lots of information. And I've listened to all of you, and you all have a lot to say. I love it. Hey, Rosemary. So I've decided for the month of February, I'm going to kind of zone in to one aspect of what we've been doing. So February is going to be all about SVGs, Cricuts, and memory keeping. February is the month of love, and we're going to share our memories and the things that make us happy. Maybe make us sad too. But I'm going to focus on workshops that you can do on your own. We're still going to do our Facebook Lives Mondays and Thursdays, and I will share free things with you in those. I'm also going to start offering a complete workshop that doesn't need me, you don't need to be online at a set time. Everything comes to you, and I have a sample one for you tonight to look at so that you can get an idea, hello ladies, of what it's all about. Tonight we're going to make the sample one, but I wanted to just take you over to the website for a minute. So remember, you're going to go to, let me get it up there first, you're going to go to karamiller.com. I can't say those words together. karamiller.com. I don't know where the L comes from. And you're going to click on Classroom. That's where the L is. And when you get to the Classroom, you are going to look for the Sample Tulip Workshop. This is all of the information's already in that free class so that you can find it too, but in the sample workshop, which is what we're working with tonight, it's free. You see that it says enroll free. And when you do, you can scroll down, and this tells you all about what the workshops are and how you can use them, what's going to come in it. And you get this picture of me when it was like really posed, and my hair looked great. Not an everyday, but not like what you see at night, promise. I wish I looked like that all the time. Anywho, keep scrolling, and you'll see what each one of these workshops is going to include. It will have a supply list with everything that I use to create the layouts. And then some other things that I kind of like, things that I think are helpful that aren't necessarily Stampin' Up. You'll get your SVGs, and then you'll get samples of the layout and a tutorial. So anyway, the reason I wanted you to see all of that was that you could get an idea of what the sample would look like, what your workshop's going to look like, okay? So, anywho, you'll see them. There's none there now. There's one that you can kind of get a sneak peek, the first one. It's not able to be purchased yet. There's no class involved in that. It's just everything that you need. So you could purchase that. If you are a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, they're perfect for you to add a scrapbooking class to what you do. Everything you need is in there. There will also be a blank handout that could go to your customers that you would be able to print. If you're a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator with a Cricut, you could build an amazing kit for your students by cutting all of this stuff for them so they don't have to do it. Package them all together, and you've got your workshop ready to go. Super easy. Okay, so enough about what's coming. Let's talk about what's here tonight. So what's here tonight is we are using the Timeless Tulips, the bundle. So it's the stamp set and the punch. We are using the Peaceful Poppies Designer Series paper. I am down to like a very few pages of this paper. I have used it and used it and used it. There's more on the way, but I really have used this a lot. So you're using that. You're going to need a 12 by 12 piece of Whisper White, a Cricut, and you're going to go ahead and cut out the SVG that's in the classroom. And it looks like, ooh, let me see if I can get you a picture of what it looks like. Just a sec. I think I can. I think so. Yeah. So that's what the layout looks like. It gives you the base that your photos are going to go on, the actual simple. It's got a title attached, and then it's got a top layer that you're going to cut the individual letters out. So I used, this is my base, which is the back of this one. It's from the Peaceful Poppies. And one of the coordinating colors, remember it tells you in the catalog, it also tells you on the back of the papers what colors go, and Flirty Flamingo is one of them. So you're going to use your Flirty Flamingo, a piece of cardstock, and you're going to load that on your second load of your mat into your Cricut. So the first one cuts this white. I'll flip it over so you can see. This is what cuts. So your simple not only has these, it also has the shadow layer and connects your letters. And I use spring, wishful thinking. I know it's January, but hey, it's coming. And my first layer cuts the base, the actual simple, and my second load is going to cut my letters. And this is my piece of 8.5 by 11 Flirty Flamingo. Then you're going to pop this down. In the layout, in the classroom, right here where it says spring layout and the tutorial, if you click on the tutorial, it will show you, it's coming, it's loading pretty slow. It shows you the picture, it shows you where the photos are. You're going to need a 3 by 12 strip of designer series paper. And on the other side of that one, let me just show you what it is. It is another one I love. It's this paper on the other side, and then the green on the back, okay? So that's going to go there. This is all from that Peaceful Poppies. And again, if you're not sure what it is that I used in this classroom, you can go to the Stampin' Up! Supply list, and it will show you all the things that I used right here. You can also click on Supply List, and it will download it so that you can print it out and have it in your hand. Okay? So it's really, if I must say so myself, it's pretty darn useful. Okay, so I'm ready to put this on. I have to decide exactly where I want to lay this. I am going to slide this over so I have some space on this side, and we're going to see why in a minute. And I'm going to line these up. Now this is just a one-pager. I could do a two-page layout using a different simple for this page over here. In the upcoming workshops, they will be two-page layouts that coordinate. Okay? All right, so I'm going to flip this little baby over, and I'm going to get some snail going. So again, if you're a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, you could put together an awesome kit for your customers. You could cut out this part, this white SVG, cut that out for your customers along with your letters, bundle them up with one piece of designer series paper. It doesn't have to be the same. There's lots of beautiful ones. And then you could cut this 3-inch strip, which means that you're going to get 4 of them out of one sheet. See, it's not a ton. And then you're going to give them this leftover piece of Flirty Flamingo, and that's going to be where they get their tulips. So we are going to use Flirty Flamingo, which I had to pull out my old stamp pad for that color. For some reason, I could not find my new stamp pad with Flirty Flamingo, so I'm using the old kind. Still works, same color. And I used a scrap of Whisper White, and I went through and I punched myself some tulips. Now you're looking at these tulips thinking, wait, these look rather hefty. They are layered tulips, and let me show you how to do that. So I'm going to do that. I need this tulip, and and I need this one. This is also a leaf. This can work as a leaf, or it can work as this extra layer of tulip, an extra petal, and it just makes them so cool. Remember, this is a distinctive stamp. That's what Stampin' Up's calling them. And what it does is it gives you the kind of shading built into the stamp so that you don't have to, it's not a two-part stamp or anything. So you're just going to grab yourself a scrap of Whisper White. Doesn't have to be anything fancy schmancy. And you're going to grab yourself, I'm going to show you, I did it on the white and the pink, but I'm going to show it to you on the white because I think it looks better. It's easier for you to see. All right, so here's the tricky part. If you look at this punch, it's going to want to punch like this, right? Now, some clever people might build themselves a little mask, lay this down like this, and try and stamp in the middle. I just can't do that. I know that makes sense in the real world. It doesn't work for me. But if you did that, you would line this up and you would kind of figure out where it's gonna go. Okay, so it happened to work that time. And then this one. So the reason you do this is because then your punch will line up exactly, right? Maybe. So then you bring your punch over and you line your punch up, and see, it's going to do both of them. It kind of makes my skin twitch trying to do this. Right? Okay, so that works. But I also found this works too. Let me get these guys out of my way. Hold on, I'm going to cut this a little straight so it'll go easier for me. I also found that it works to punch first and stamp second. Now, you do you, whichever way works better for you. And I'll show you how I like doing it and how it works easier for me. Totally your own technique. You don't really have to do this, but it just works easier if I don't have all that stuff flitting around. Alrighty. So I'm just going to go ahead and punch a few tulips. Right? Okay, and maybe I'll do a pink one too. This is Flirty Flamingo, and I'm stamping on it with Flirty Flamingo. All right, so now I'm going to line up my tulips and line up my petals. Okay, and take this guy. And I find it just as easy to line that up. Okay? So it's your call. Whatever works better for you, you got to line them up one way or t'other. You can also use that little guide and you can put it in your Stamparatus if you like that better. I find this just as easy. Because it's a clear stamp, I can look down and see where it's got to go. And it's pretty easy to line them up. And now, this is probably the hardest part, is making sure that this lines up and that you have it right. Yep, I have this backwards. And you go like this. Okay. And I always think it sort of looks like a snail. And it's kind of forgiving. It's really not, if it's not perfect, it's really okay. And then you're going to grab some dimensional there. yourselves. And you're going to flip these babies over. And pop a dimensional in here. And then this is going to add dimensions to your tulips. I tried a bunch of other things with it, and I decided that the tulips themselves just really, that's all I needed. They're so good. And just peel these off. Throw them on the floor so they can stick on your feet. And then this goes like this. And it fits right here. And it adds that dimension to the tulip. All right? So you just go ahead and do that. And I will say the Flirty Flamingo one isn't as distinctive, but it still looks really cool. I tried mixing them because sometimes tulips have both, and you could do that. You know, let me show you. You could do that. That adds a little something to it. And then this one is going to go there. Whoops, come here. Okay. Then I took the sentiment from the stamp set that says, Happy Easter, Happy Spring, Happy, Happy Everything. And it just barely fits on the timeless label punch. So first thing I did was I stamped it and then punched it. And you can see that it like comes really close to the edge, but I did it. Then I took the same punch, that same green, and I punched like so. All right, let me get you this white one. I haven't stamped on it, but let's just get it so that we can see. Where's my sentiment? There it is. Lucy and Grace decorated this piercing pad, so it's kind of interesting. And I got my Flirty Flamingo again. So this is going to be the title of my layout. Now the first one I stamped first and then punched. This one I punched and then stamped, and we're okay. And I'm going to do a little bit of inking around the edge. When you do this, you just kind of dabbing it in there. Let it sit down and let it dry for a minute. Then this one, take your snips and you're going to cut right down the middle, the long way. So then you have two pieces, all right? You're going to take this baby and you're going to flip it over and you're going to run snail down either side. And now this is an eyeballing kind of thing. You got to look at this and you're going to line this up. Now, I want you to zoom in. Okay. See how it kind of, let me get over here. Ooh, wrong way, sorry. See how it kind of sticks out a little bit on either side? That's okay, but I want to make sure that it's even along the bottom. I'll deal with the sticky out part in a minute. Alright, so there's that. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. It makes it a little bit more substantial. Okay, I wasn't even under camera, sorry. Okay, then I'm going to take my snips and I'm going to freehand bring this around so that I don't have a sticky out thing. Alright, it's really not a big deal. No one's going to see the sticky out part, but if you want to get rid of it, you just kind of go like that. Easy peasy, right? Then you're going to flip it over and put your dimensionals on the back, and you're ready to put this together. So now, let's move all these crazy little tulips. I'm going to put the title on first, which I'm going to put over here. If I were going to have a second page, I would probably tie it together. But in this case, we're just using a single layout. I just have a few photos. Actually, I don't have any photos to put on this yet because Easter's not here yet. And so I'm going to put this down. But that's what this space is for. This space is for an embellishment or a title that becomes an embellishment. And that's going to go right there. Happy Easter, happy spring, happy, happy everything. Now, if you aren't sure, remember if you look back in the tutorial, you can see the size photos. So you need a 4x4, a 4x4, and a 4x6. So you can get 3 good size photos on it. 4x4, 4x4, 4x6. All right? Now, this is all attached. This layout's ready to go, except now I need to add my tulips. So I'm going to take 3 tulips, and I think they're going to go this way, maybe 4. Along here. I don't want to come down too far because this is where my photo is going to be, but my photo could tuck underneath. I could wait till my photo's here, but a lot of times when you're doing one like this, it's awesome to just get it done, and then you can simply add your photos later and it will go super quick, right? So you don't want to lose the tulips. You got them already. You want to have it ready to go to just add your photos really quick. So let's flip these babies over and let's add dimensionals to the back. And the reason I say dimensionals, hey Bonnie, is because it lets me add my photo under it because I've got it raised up a little bit. So I'm going to go like that, and I still have room. I'll show you a photo in a sec. I'll grab one that we can still add a photo underneath. Right? They're not stuck down that hard. And then this baby goes here. Okay? Then we're going to take these tulips. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Lucky 13. And we're going to alternate these coming on down the side. Kind of like our letters, mirroring the letters, but we're going to go like that. All the way down. So we're making our own tulip border that is amazing, and nobody's going to have a tulip border like yours, right? And then we've got 2 left over. These could go down here if you wanted, or if you're thinking, yeah, I got enough tulips, save those for a card. You're good to go. And then because I don't need to tuck photos under these, I'm just going to snail these guys in and get them down because they already have a dimensional on them. So they don't really need any more foof. Wouldn't matter, but they don't need it. So I'm just going to snail these down. And I'm telling you, if you bring this out, your friends are going to be so impressed with you. They are going to just think that you are the coolest thing since sliced bread. And you are. Ready for your photos, ready to go. So the workshops will have at least 8. Some will have 10 layouts for 2-page layout. They will have titles that are separate. They will have simples and embellishments that go with them. They're not just your average, oh, here's a simple, stick a photo down. They're not. We want you to blow people away with how cool you are. You are going to be the coolest simple scrapbooker there is. This is not an Easter photo, but let's just see. Just pop Grace right in there. I don't have a single Easter photo, although that could have been Easter. It is cold here. Let me see what else I got. These are printed, so I have some Christmas ones. Can we pop those in? No, we can't. Here's an older one of Lou. And that's not even the right size photo, but that's what I mean about sliding it under. All right. Okay, let me just give you a sneak peek of one of the layouts for the upcoming one. This is the one that will launch on February 1st. It's the Honeybee. I know I'm talking to the floor right now. This is the Honeybee workshop, and this is page 1, or layout 1. And this has these incredible little bees. These awesome, this uses the Honeybee bundle. Make sure you are subscribed to my mailing list, which you can do at karamiller.com. Make sure you're subscribed, and I will email you when these launch. This one has 8 different layouts. This has these great titles. Oh, honey, you're so sweet. Okie doke. Alrighty, so that's what's coming in February. Super excited. I'm not going to say never. That would be a lie. I'm going to focus on simple memory keeping in February. I probably won't be sharing a lot of cards with you because I feel like it's time to get our memories put together and shared. Get them out of your phone and start sharing them with your family. Actually, I think I like you guys right here because I feel like I moved that down a little further than I intended to. So I think I'm going to pop my tulips up here. That looks better. Alrighty, you guys, have a wonderful weekend. Get some photos taken. Get yourself in the memory sharing mood. We're going to go from memory keeping to memory sharing because we're going to share these with our family and our friends and get them out of our phones. So have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you all Monday night. Bye.